Bam, just like that, we're over 900 subscribers. So thanks to all you guys for hitting the subscribe button. Let's get on to this next video. Subscribers, getting close to 1,000, which I'm pretty stoked about. So this video is going to be a little bit different, probably. We're going to be doing an experimental new clear coat. I've been working with a company trying to get a powder that would be good to go over polished surfaces. Most powders, that's not an ideal situation to put them over because it's too smooth and they don't have the mechanical bond to the substrate, you know, wheels, whatever you might be doing. In this case, we're going to be doing a bunch of 22 karat gold parts for a motorcycle. I've been working with this supplier now for probably about 7-8 months, trying to come up with a clear that would work specific for a project like this. You can use ceramic clear, like Cerakote offers a product. It's a great product. It's a pain in the ass to use. Most people don't like using it because it is so finicky to deal with. Like I said, powder doesn't stick. It's not an ideal situation for dealing with polished surfaces. So we're gonna go try this new clear. This has a lower cure rate. I think it's like 340 for 10 minutes. This is their, well, this is the 4th version that they've come up with and the first one that they've sent me because they were super happy with the results. So this is a product they said that it would take 2 or 3 months to get it to market. If it works as well as I'm hoping it works. We'll get these parts laid out, start spraying some clear on them. Luckily, they're already gold. They're all bagged up, haven't been touched by anybody since they came out of the actual plating process. So we are going to wipe them down briefly, just with rubbing alcohol, without touching them. Don't want fingerprints anywhere on any of this stuff. Get them all hung up and then start spraying some clear on them. All right, so this is all the parts that we're going to be doing. These are all done in 22 karat gold, still bagged up from the plating process. This is a service that I offer. So if any of you guys need gold plated stuff done, just let me know and I'll be happy to take care of you. Gonna leave these in the bags until I rack each one. Don't want to get fingerprints on them. Although if you do get fingerprints on them, I will show you later in this video what to do in that situation. All right, so first things first, some of the stuff we got to do is get all these unpackaged. This is where gloves are going to be real important because you do not want to touch any of the stuff that's been plated. We're going to be cutting some baling wire to make hooks for all these. Just easier than doing hooks or grabbing hooks for all this right now. I just sit and cut the wire as I need it. I think a baling wire is super cheap anyway, so ultimately it's pretty awesome. And what you want to do is hook the parts and pull them out as best you can. So I'm going to go start hanging these up. Looks like a couple of these are going to need some plugs because there's some threaded stuff on some of these. I'm pretty excited to try this clear. This is a, like I said, kind of an experimental product that I've been working with a manufacturer. I mean, to be fair, they were already looking into something like this. It's not like I have any power and got them to make this for me, but we had been talking about it for a while and then they had mentioned that it was going to be an option, so I guess I should mention, so if you do end up touching one of these and leaving a fingerprint, or say you get it back from the plater and there's a little mark on it, you know, like a watermark or something. Hopefully there's no watermarks because they're actually a huge pain to get out. But if you have an issue, Windex is going to be your absolute best friend. It's actually a great example, but I think I just wiped it off. Windex is absolutely amazing for removing fingerprints and things of that nature on plated parts. So you're not going to want to use like other products. Like the foam glass cleaner does not do the same job. I want to say it has something to do with ammonia, but I honestly don't know. So don't quote me on that. But yeah, Windex, just Windex and a microfiber towel. Make sure it's a clean microfiber towel. And you can spray Windex directly on the part and just wipe it all the way down. Works like a champ. Doing like a final cleaning before you spray, you can go ahead and use something like rubbing alcohol. I don't suggest using Prep All or Paint Prep anything on some of these parts. It tends to kind of haze the gold. It doesn't actually ruin the gold at all. It just leaves like kind of a hazy appearance on it. And then you have to figure out how to wipe that off, which, you know, Windex could be good in that process as well. But if you do it with rubbing alcohol or isopropyl alcohol, you don't have to worry about it at all. I do have a couple more how-to videos coming out. I know this one is pretty specific and isn't going to be able to be utilized by most people, just because I'm sure most of you are not playing with gold-plated parts. But I have how to powder coat one-piece wheels start to finish. I just realized I haven't really made one of those, and it seems like it'd be a good option. And then I have another project, a 3-piece wheel project that involves some welded wheels. It's actually been kind of a long-term project that I'm going to show you guys. It's not quite the same, obviously, as disassembling and reassembling a 3-piece wheel because it's all welded. And in this process, we cut the welds and redo the welds at the end with new parts. So it shows you that process start to finish. And then I guess if you guys have any other tutorials or how-tos that you're looking to get done, let me know. I'm sure that we can do some more of them. I'm kind of running out of ideas for how-tos. I do have a bunch of powder coating guns here now. I have 4 here, and I'm waiting on a 5th. Just ordered the Eastwood PCS 1000. And I think I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison of a bunch of guns, hobby guns, and I guess one pro gun technically. So that's probably going to be a really long video, and it's going to be pretty complicated to make, so I wouldn't expect that one to be coming out anytime real soon, but I am going to get to it. It's been something that's been kind of running through my head for a while now, so I don't know how I'm going to hang these actually. I know you guys like the how-to videos. I'm trying to do them as often as I can, but like I said, my schedule hasn't allowed for it much lately, and I'm also running out of ideas, which is a bad combination. So I do have some more equipment on the way, which I'm also excited about. It's definitely going to be added, definitely going to add something to this. I don't know why I just bent that piece first. It's definitely going to be something that's going to be on the channel and well represented here. We'll soon be offering like full ceramic polishing on everything, and that's going to be awesome. I'm stoked for that. If you guys haven't seen ceramic polishers, like vibratory ceramic polishers, you are missing out. So I'm just going to time lapse the rest of this because this cannot be that entertaining for hanging stuff. If I come across anything that's kind of complicated to hang, like this actually would be probably a good example of that. I'll go back to regular video and then walk you guys through that process. So actually, I guess we can do this one right now. So this piece doesn't have a good place to actually hang it from. This piece, as you can see, round on top, this is obviously going to be all the visible area, and it has this threaded area in the center right here. The best thing that you can do, if you can find a nut that fits on it, would be to thread a nut onto it. that gives you somewhere you can wrap baling wire or whatever around to try to hold on to that. I've also done things where I use like a tiny C-clamp on a stud like this and then just hook the C-clamp. I don't know, I'm guessing this is all standard in most of, oh no, this is metric. So there you go. Let's put a nut on it, and then you put some baling wire around here and string it up, and then you'd spray it down from underneath. So should be perfect. All right, we'll go to time lapse for all the rest of this stuff. Alright, this is hopper loaded up. Oh god, with this powder. I guess I should mark this because the box is marked, but the powder is not. The bag of powder is not. Ooh, this powder smells weird. Like I said, this is I guess like a experimental powder. I don't really know what else you could call it. Hasn't been released yet. I assume I'm one of the first people who sprayed it besides the company who made it. So we're gonna be throwing it on these gold parts and see what happens. All right guys, got the rack rolled in here. I apologize ahead of time. I know the audio is not gonna be great and the angle is probably not super great, but got the rack rolled in here. I'm gonna spray all these at the same time. Got the gun set up. This powder is actually saying it's recommended to spray at 40 kV, which is pretty low. But I'm gonna follow the instructions because this is a, you know, like I said, the kind of a prototype powder. So I'm just gonna do what it says and hope for the best. So I will, I'm gonna turn the collector on and get to spraying this. And it appears to lay on just fine. I have to spin this one around, I'm guessing. Prop this up here. I do have this entire rack grounded right now, in case anybody was wondering about the ground scenario here. To check all these and make sure I got good coverage, but looks like those ones are done. Do the lower ones, adjust this camera a little bit. You guys might be able to hear that sound like it's not getting a good ground, is because this bar is actually powder coated. It's not really designed to hang stuff on and spray. And I don't know why I powder coated it one day, but I did. So it is what it is now. And there's only a couple pieces that aren't on here right now. The handlebars, and I think there's 4 real small pieces. I'm gonna do the handlebars separate, just so I can get some different video of that. Freaking love this dust collector. It works so well. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to get inside this little cup. All right. All right, well, hopefully that was helpful to some people, or will be helpful at some point when this product gets released, assuming it gets released. But at least you got to see some cool gold stuff in the process. A couple more how-tos coming out, like I said, should be over probably I'll have 2 in the next like week or so. Motivation Monday coming up, and then I have another UKC short coming up. Hopefully you guys have liked the kind of variance and format. I'm gonna keep doing those until I have a good reason not to, I suppose. As always, like, subscribe. Got any comments or suggestions for how-tos, be sure to leave a comment down below. You can also message me through Instagram. I know a lot of you guys hit me up through Instagram. I'm getting probably 10 to 15 messages a day from people who found me on YouTube and now look me up on Instagram. I'll put the Instagram link right here somewhere, or the Instagram name right here somewhere. And yeah, hit me up if you have any questions.
By now you should have at least known. It's funny, I'm mad famous for being unknown.